Hey there, builders! Ever dream of hitting the open track, feeling the wind in your hair? Building your own go-kart is an awesome way to experience the thrill of racing. It's a project that combines creativity, engineering, and a whole lot of fun. Trust me, there's nothing quite like the feeling of accomplishment when you see your own creation come to life. But before we fire up the welder, let's talk about safety. Building a go-kart involves some serious tools and materials. Always wear safety glasses, gloves, and hearing protection when necessary. Remember, safety first, fun always. This guide will take you through each step, from gathering materials to putting the finishing touches on your very own racing machine. Whether you're a seasoned builder or just starting out, this project is sure to get your adrenaline pumping. So, grab your tools and let's get started. Before we start building, let's gather our tools and materials. This might seem like a lot, but trust me, having everything organized will make the build go much smoother. Plus, it's always good to have a game plan before diving into any project. First things first, you'll need a sturdy frame. Steel tubing is a popular choice, offering a good balance of strength and weight. You'll also need an engine, wheels, tires, steering components, brakes, and a seat. Don't forget about the nuts, bolts, and brackets that hold everything together. Now let's talk tools. You'll need a welder, angle grinder, drill, wrenches, sockets, and a tape measure. A chop saw and a bench vise will also come in handy. These tools are essential for cutting, shaping, and assembling the go-kart components. Remember, quality tools make a difference. Invest in the best you can afford, and your build will be much smoother and more enjoyable. Now that we have our gear, let's move on to the design phase. Every masterpiece starts with a plan, and our go-kart is no exception. Designing your go-kart is where your vision comes to life. You'll need to consider factors like frame dimensions, steering setup, and weight distribution. Start by sketching out your ideas on paper. How long and wide do you want your go-kart to be? What kind of steering system will you use? These are all important questions to answer before you start cutting and welding. Once you have a basic design, think about weight distribution. A well-balanced go-kart will handle better and be more fun to drive. Try to distribute the weight evenly between the front and rear axles. You can achieve this by strategically positioning the engine, seat, and other components. Remember, you can always adjust your design as you go. Don't be afraid to experiment and make changes until you're happy with the final result. The design phase is all about bringing your vision to life. With our design ready, it's time to get our hands dirty. The frame is the backbone of our go-kart, so it's crucial to get it right. We'll be using steel tubing, carefully cut and welded together to create a strong and rigid structure. First, cut the steel tubing to the desired lengths according to your design. Use a chop saw for clean and accurate cuts. Remember to wear your safety glasses and gloves. Once the tubes are cut, it's time to weld them together. Use a welder to join the tubes, creating the basic shape of your go-kart frame. Make sure the welds are strong and secure, as they will be supporting the entire weight of the go-kart and driver. Add bracing to areas that require extra strength, such as the steering column and engine mount. Remember, the frame is the foundation of your go-kart. Take your time, double-check your measurements, and ensure all welds are solid. A strong and well-built frame will ensure your go-kart can handle the twists and turns of the track. Section 5. Steering your creation. Now that our frame is complete, let's move on to the steering system. This is a crucial part of our go-kart, as it allows us to control our direction and navigate the track like a pro. We'll be using a simple yet effective steering system known as Ackerman steering. This system uses a series of linkages connected to the front wheels, allowing them to turn in unison. You can purchase a pre-made steering assembly or fabricate your own using metal rods and heim joints. Mount the front axle to the frame using brackets and bolts, ensuring it can pivot freely. Connect the steering linkages to the front wheels and the steering column. The steering wheel will be mounted at the top of the steering column, giving you direct control over the front wheels. Remember to adjust the steering geometry for optimal handling. This involves setting the toe, camber, and caster angles of the front wheels. Don't worry, there are plenty of online resources that explain how to adjust these settings for your specific go-kart design. Section 6. Power to the wheels. With the steering in place, it's time to focus on the rear axle. This is where the power from our engine will be transferred to the wheels, propelling our go-kart forward. we'll need a solid rear axle capable of handling the torque of our engine. You can use a live axle from a small vehicle or purchase a pre-made Go-Kart axle. Attach the axle to the frame using bearings and axle mounts, allowing it to rotate freely. Next, we'll install the drive sprocket onto the rear axle. The drive sprocket is a toothed wheel that connects to the engine's output shaft via a chain. The size of the drive sprocket will determine the go-kart's gear ratio, affecting its acceleration and top speed. Remember to choose a drive sprocket that provides a good balance between acceleration and top speed for your go-kart's intended use. A smaller drive sprocket will provide quicker acceleration, while a larger one will favor top speed. Section 7. The heart of the beast. Now it's time to install the heart of our beast, the engine. This is what will bring our go-kart to life, transforming it from a static frame into a roaring machine. Carefully position the engine on the frame, ensuring it's securely mounted and aligned with the rear axle sprocket. Use engine mounts and bolts to secure the engine in place, preventing any unwanted movement. Connect the engine's output shaft to the drive sprocket using a chain. Ensure the chain is properly tensioned to prevent slippage and ensure efficient power transfer. You can adjust chain tension by sliding the engine forward or backward on its mounts. Remember to connect the engine's throttle cable and fuel lines. The throttle cable will connect to the accelerator pedal, allowing you to control the engine speed. The fuel lines will supply fuel from the tank to the engine, keeping it running smoothly. Section 8. Speed and control. With the engine installed, it's time to focus on controlling our speed and bringing our go-kart to a halt when needed. This is where the throttle and brake systems come into play. Install a throttle pedal assembly and connect it to the engine's throttle cable. Pressing the throttle pedal will pull on the cable, opening the engine's throttle and increasing speed. For the brake system, you can use disc brakes or drum brakes. Disc brakes offer better stopping power, while drum brakes are typically more affordable. Mount the brake calipers or drums to the rear axle and connect them to the brake pedal assembly using brake cables or hydraulic lines. Remember to test both the throttle and brake systems thoroughly before taking your go-kart for a spin. Adjust the pedal travel and cable tension for optimal responsiveness and stopping power. Safety first. Section 9. The driver's seat. Now that our go-kart is nearing completion, let's install a comfortable and secure seat for the driver. After all, we want to enjoy the ride. Choose a seat that provides adequate back support and is designed for go-kart use. Mount the seat to the frame using brackets and bolts, ensuring it's securely fastened. Position the seat at a comfortable distance from the steering wheel and pedals. Consider adding padding or cushioning to the seat for increased comfort, especially if you plan on racing for extended periods. You can also install a seat belt for added safety, though this is not always required for off-road go-karts. Remember to adjust the seat position to suit your height and driving preference. A comfortable and ergonomic driving position will enhance your control and enjoyment of the go-kart. Section 10. Putting it to the test. With all the components in place, it's time for the moment of truth, testing our creation. This is an exciting step where we get to see our hard work pay off. Before starting the engine, double-check that all nuts, bolts, and connections are tight and secure. Inspect the frame for any cracks or welds that need attention. Safety is paramount. Start the engine and listen for any unusual noises. Test the throttle and brake systems, ensuring they respond smoothly and predictably. Check the steering, making sure the wheels turn freely and the kart tracks straight. Remember to test your go-kart in a safe and controlled environment, away from traffic and obstacles. Start slowly and gradually increase speed as you gain confidence in your kart's handling and braking capabilities. Section 11. The final touches. Our go-kart is up and running. Now it's time for the final touches that will make it stand out from the crowd. Let's add some personality and style. A fresh coat of paint is a great way to personalize your go-kart. Choose your favorite colors and designs, transforming your kart into a reflection of your unique style. Consider adding safety features like a roll bar, Nerf bars, and a kill switch. A roll bar provides protection in case of a rollover, while Nerf bars prevent your feet from getting caught under the wheels. A kill switch allows you to shut off the engine remotely in case of an emergency. Remember, these final touches are all about making your go-kart your own. Let your creativity shine through and don't be afraid to experiment with different colors, designs, and safety features. Section 12. Ride safe, ride proud. Congratulations, you've done it. You've built your very own go-kart from scratch. That's something to be incredibly proud of. As you take your first ride, remember the journey that brought you here. Building a go-kart is a testament to your creativity, problem-solving skills, and dedication. It's about transforming raw materials into a functioning machine with your own two hands. But most importantly, it's about having fun. As you enjoy the thrill of the ride, always prioritize safety. Wear a helmet, goggles, and protective clothing. Respect the limits of your go-kart and your own driving abilities. And most importantly, have a blast. Remember, building a go-kart is just the beginning. There's a whole world of customization, upgrades, and racing opportunities waiting for you. So buckle up, hit the track, and let the good times roll.